Let's go through 10 books that I want to get to before the end of 2024. My name is Sophie, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. We post mainly bookish content, a little bit of vlogs thrown in there as well. Definitely subscribe if you like that kind of thing. Come join the family, it really means the world to me. So I'm gonna get straight into the 10 books that I really want to get to before the end of the year. Also, this lighting, although kind of makes my eyes pop, is really annoying. If I'm half blind by the end of this, it's you guys' fault, but I want to get into this video anyway. And the first book that I'm actually going to talk about is none other than Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. Now, I just got the whole hardback collection off of Vinted, and it comes with these little posters in. I think these might be first editions, not that they're that old anyway. I have read Twilight before. I read it when I was younger, like a girl in school, so I really want to delve back into it. Obviously, it's the perfect time of year, I think, when it's getting gloomy outside. I just want to be back with Edward Cullen family. I also did remember finding Bella quite annoying, so I want to see if that's changed as I'm an adult, because I know looking back I loved Edward so much. I was probably just jealous of her. Obviously got the whole collection, so I've put this one in here, but I would love to get through the whole of it by the end of the year, but we will see, because that could be a tough ask with everything else that I've got going on. But I do think I'm going to find myself reaching for this very soon, because they're beautiful. For one, I cannot believe I've got them. Do you know what? I hate young Sophie for throwing away her books that she had. Like, she had these books already, probably in paperback version, but she got rid of them, not knowing that one day she would be book obsessed again and want them back. The next one I've seen a lot of people talking about. As you guys know, I love Elsie Silver. I love all the vibes that she brings, and I want to try out another small town romance kind of standalone series, and I've seen a lot of people talking about this one. This is Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope. And I know the second one, is it Training the Heart or something like that? It's already out, so I know that if I like this, I can go and grab it. I got this so cheap from the works, and it's a sprayed edition as well. And I don't know too much about it. All it's got is escape to the Wild West with a sizzling cowboy romance that will leave you breathless. So our main character, Cece, has basically just gotten out of a toxic relationship. So she's gone back home to her small town called Laurel Creek, where her family own a ranch there. And then our male main character is Nash, who is is it an A? Yeah, so he's a retired hockey player. He's a big name in the town. So I love sports romance. I'm in my sports romance era. I've just finished all the books that are available at the minute for the Windy City series. So the fact that there's hockey in this, I am beyond ecstatic. And I think that's why I'm leaning towards wanting to pick this one up compared to other romances, because I'm very much, I would say, in a fantasy mood. But I honestly don't have many romances left on my TBR, so I would love to get through this and then pick up some more, hopefully. I just can't get over how sunny it is right now. Staying on a similar theme of hockey, I then have The Fake Out by Stephanie Archer. This is the second book to Behind the Net, and I will be honest, I did not like that book very much. I read it in a 24-hour readathon, I believe, where I only read romances for 24 hours. So go check that out if you haven't seen that already to see my full thoughts on that book. But I've heard that this one is so much better than the first, and that you kind of have to get through that, understand the kind of world found family, and then you can go on and really enjoy this one. And the one thing I'm really excited about this one is our female main character is a physiotherapist for the hockey team. So if you don't know, I actually studied sports therapy as my undergrad. So that's kind of like the almost equivalent of a physio in a way, like similar study background. And I always had a dream of being with like a pro team. Hasn't worked out that way, sadly. But yeah, I love this one, and it's very similar to, I've just read Play Along, and the female in that was like the athletic therapist as well for the baseball team. So already I think it's ticking some of my boxes, and I'm really excited to pick it up. I'm just hoping this one is better. In the last one, Behind the Net was very much like sexual attraction and based off everything to do with that, and not really emotional connection, which is what I look for within my two main characters. So I'm just praying to the gods that this is better. Like, give me good banter, give me emotion, give me characters with depth. That's all I'm asking for. And one I really want to get to before the end of 24 is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. Now, I don't know much about it because I've not even read the Caraval series. So I need to get through those 3 books first in order to get to this one, because this series is like takes place afterwards. So I think if I was to read this first, it kind of spoils something within the Caraval trilogy. So I've got Caraval on my TBR for November, so hopefully I will get to it. But I'm super excited for this one. One, the covers are so stunning. I still need to get one more of the books, so hopefully maybe around Christmas time I may pick that up, because they're so stunning and they're gonna look so good together as well. But yeah, I won't delve into too much about this. I don't really want to read a synopsis just in case it ruins anything else for me, but I know that this is on my top 10 to finish before the end of 24 list, like without a doubt. We'll say the rest of the books now. All right, we're gonna move because this is getting extremely sunny. Okay, we're just gonna have to go with it. I'm sorry if it looks bad. It might look good, I just can't tell. Okay, we're just gonna stick with it because can't do much about it right now. I will say the rest of the books will be fantasy based. So I then have the 5th book that I want to try and get to before the end of 2024 is The Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black. Now, I read the Cruel Prince trilogy a couple months ago now. I really enjoyed it. It got better as the series went on. And I understand these books are in the same world, but a spin-off version. I see what the synopsis is giving. Oh, okay, so we are following Oak. So Oak was the little brother of our main character in the trilogy. Guys, I just nearly spoiled like the trilogy for you, but I'm gonna edit that out and thank me later. I'm excited to get to this. And I loved the world. Anything with Phaeton, honestly, it really speaks to my heart. Like, something about being whisked away and going somewhere that doesn't exist. Like, that is my favourite thing about reading. Sometimes I don't want to relate to a story. Like, but at the same time, I get so annoyed that I can't go to these places and meet these people. And yeah, I just want powers, I want wings, I want all of it. I've then got a very anticipated YA series. I've seen a lot of you guys talking about this on YouTube. I think it is a lot of the kind of younger high school age generation, obviously with it being YA, but I've been meaning to get to it because I want to see if I'm going to enjoy it. This is the Keeper of the Lost City series. I have the 9 books. I bought them all on Amazon and they're quite hefty, although the writing is quite large inside. So probably like around 450 to 500 pages each, and it just sounds really good. I'm going to read it to you so you guys can get a gist of it, because I feel like a lot of people don't know what it is. Oh my god, the main character is called Sophie as well. It's a story about me, can't believe it. So it's got Sophie is a telepath and can hear the thoughts of everyone around her, something that she's never spoken about even to her family, but everything changes the day that she meets Fitz, a mysterious boy who also reads minds. She discovers there's somewhere she does belong, and staying where she is will put her in grave danger. In the blink of an eye, Sophie is forced to leave everything behind and start a new life in a magical world. Now, this just sounds so good. And on the front, it's got perfect for fans of Harry Potter. And I know that these are probably written for, I don't know, 15-year-olds, but at the same time, people reread books like Harry Potter their whole life. So maybe I'm about to find an absolute gem of a series that I can share with you all and recommend and just love forever, because I love how long it is as well. The longer a series is, the more I'm going to love those characters, and I cannot wait for it. Obviously, it's going to be important for the plot as well, because I'm guessing, obviously, the lack of spice and things being YA, I'm hoping that I'm still gonna see relationships forming, but we will see, because they are very young and you just never know. Next 2 books on my 10 to finish before the end of the year, I'm going to be grouping together because they are from the same author, which is Kerri Maniscalco. We have Kingston of the Wicked and Throne of the Fallen. I'm sure you've heard about her writing. She's very big on Book Talk, if I must say. I do hear her being thrown around quite a lot in recommendations. I know in Kingdom of the Wicked we are following almost like a mystery fantasy element where our main character's sister is killed, so she has to team up with a character called Raph, which she has been warned against like growing up, and she needs to team up with him to kind of solve what happened, maybe even get revenge. So I'm excited for this one. I believe this one is more YA, I think I've heard, or at least this one in the series is. And then this one is like your upper adult spicy fantasy. You've got some authors that have said like secret spice and a story I could not put down. On the back, all it says is she didn't want the prince, she wanted the demon. So maybe this is for all those girls that like the bad boy, and that is me. I'm super excited for these two. Obviously, sometimes it's better to go in not knowing as much, which is why plot-wise I'm not too knowledgeable on. However, I go off vibes. If I get a good vibe from the cover, recommendations, all the good things, then I'll be picking it up. So I'm adding these to my top 10 list to finish. On to our final two books that I would love to get to by the end of 24. And I want to just say, guys, like, this isn't books that I have to. It's just kind of the vibes that I really would like. They've been on my TBR for a while and they keep moving up, but sometimes other books just come along for like certain videos. And yeah, I'm kind of a person that sometimes I just want to read a book instantly in the mode. So when something's been sitting on my TBR for a while, it's quite hard to want to pick that up, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of readers might be in the same boat as me. Second to last book is These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. One, look how beautiful the cover is. She's stunning. And this is a duology, I believe. I also have the second one. Idea where it is. Never mind. Yes. So this is another Fae book, and I remember being really excited when I first read the synopsis. So I'll share that with you. So we've got Bree would do anything before making a deal with the Fae. Death is better than their vicious schemes, but when her sister is taken by the sadistic king of the Unseelie, Bree breaks her own rules and agrees to steal 3 magical relics from the rival court in exchange for her sister's return. Bree's only way inside is to pose as a potential bride for the Seelie prince, a prince who's not quite as wicked as she once thought, so we may have enemies to lovers. Unwilling to let her heart distract her, she accepts help from a band of misfits with their own secret agenda. But as Bree spends time with their mysterious leader Finn, she finds herself struggling to resist his seductive charm. Love triangle! Which one is she going to end up with? I just need to know. I need to know. I need to read this. I need to know. I'm super excited for These Hollow Vows. The 10th book, which I would love to finish by the end of 24, and I know that I will finish it because it is mine and Liv's book pick of the month. I chose it, of course. This is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and I cannot wait to read this. I've heard it's very similar to Powerless, and I did enjoy Powerless a lot by Lauren Roberts. So I'm intrigued to see how similar they are and if I like this story more. It's basically a similar concept. Our two main characters come from opposite sides of the kingdom. We've got one that's a red and one that is a silver, and basically reds are supposed to be killed. So obviously our main character is a red, so she's got to infiltrate and try and gain some kind of power within the realm. And it says on the back as well that she actually has a secret power of her own, so she's a lot stronger than people probably think that she is. And yeah, it just gives me all the good vibes, and I think it'll be really nice and easy. I assume that it's YA. I'm not really 100% sure on that, but yes, Red Queen, super excited. We'll be getting to it like within the next week or so, so look out to see my thoughts on that. I don't really know how I'm supposed to show you guys this huge pile of books now as my little wrap up for the video. I literally just dropped all of these 5 minutes ago as well, so I promise they were not harmed in the process. Ooh. And there we have it. That is my 10 books that I would love to finish before the end of 2024. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Maybe you got a few new recs from me. But thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see my face again, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Happy reading.